Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and good morning to you here in studio in New York, Tal. We've spoken many times from overseas. Thank you for being here. Two quick questions on these hostages. Do you know how many are alive today?
No, we don't, in fact.
So
we have nearly 240 families.
So there's a report late yesterday that there's a negotiation between the length of the pause in the battle and the number of hostages who could be released. Can you confirm that?
No, I cannot confirm that report. Obviously, we want to see all hostages back home. We want our sons and daughters back. They stole our children. They stole our children. Again, we're talking about I think 34 children under the age of 18, and 10 of them are under the age of 5. Hamas stole our children. We want them back, and we will do everything to get them back. And we're exerting pressure on Hamas, both militarily, and we want the nations of the civilized world to back us up in the demand to bring our sons and daughters back home. I cannot confirm this report, but obviously we're working in different avenues, also on the diplomatic level, to try to bring to their release. We cannot expand on the nature of the talks and how they're being handled. But so far, I can tell you that international pressure did work, because Hamas released 4 hostages, if you remember, when pressure was mounting. We want to see more of that.
So how do you get that pressure? Where would it come from? And I imagine that you think a ceasefire, that's why you didn't agree to a ceasefire. The 4-hour pauses are tactical. That makes sense to you, but the ceasefire was going too far. So what do you need then to maybe get more action on the hostages?
So first, you see, the 4-hour pauses, the tactical pauses, it also serves our cause, because we don't want to get civilians caught in the crossfire between us and Hamas. We want to see Palestinian civilians arriving safely to these safer havens that the IDF has designated for them in the southwest. That is an area where they have access to humanitarian aid that's coming in. We're talking about more than 900 trucks that came in since the outset of this war, carrying about 13,000 tons of water, food supplies, and medical supplies. And there will be hospitals that will be set in the area. There's a talk about a floating hospital that will approach, and so on. So we don't want the Palestinian civilians to suffer, unlike Hamas. They say it in interviews that they want to sacrifice the Palestinian population of Gaza for the greater goal of obliterating the Jewish state, and we will not let them do neither of these things.
They might need 100,000 tons as of today. On the tunnels, we're told by the IDF 130 have been destroyed. How many are there?
Again, it's a good question. This is a question, of course, that our military and intelligence are dealing. But I can tell you that we have had some really good advancements on the ground since we launched the ground operation. And we are encircling Gaza City. We're acting in a very surgical way to get to each and every one of the perpetrators of the October 7th massacre and the people who back them up with support. And we're doing everything possible, again, to minimize the civilian suffering and civilian casualty. People have to understand it. It is a matter of life and death to Israelis. We will not accept any kind of talking about a ceasefire. We don't have this privilege, Dana, Bill. We don't have this privilege. We took this decision as a nation that we can know.
Understood. We're almost out of time here. We've got a reporter overseas. Which Arab leaders are helping now actively toward a peace agreement?
Well, I can tell you that everyone in the region, obviously the Abraham Accords are in place, and that's amazing. But everyone in the region understands that an Israel that will defeat Hamas is an Israel that will benefit their countries as well. They might not say it out loud right now, but they understand, and we're hearing these messages in different channels. Okay. It serves their goal as well.
Tal, thanks for being here today.
Thanks.
Tal